This video is brought to you by World of Warships Legends. Previously on Drawn of History. Columbus and other Spanish explorers would flock to what they believed was Asia, which in 1498 included a young man named Pánfilo de Narváez. Guess I've been identified as a young man of great potential. I'm doing it! I'm conquistadoring! Sir, it appears that Captain Cortes has disavowed all allegiance to you and placed himself as the governor of the mainland.
Get me, Pánfilo.
I am placing you under arrest.
Really? You and what army?
How could this day get any worse?
Go home, Pánfilo. Leave the conquering to the real conquistadors.
Back in Castile, Pánfilo de Narváez lived in disgrace while Cortes continued to conquer the New World for Spain. It seemed like Narváez's failure to capture Cortes haunted him wherever he went.
Hey, ain't that the guy Cortes whooped? Narváez?
More like Narvaez, singular. Let's go make fun of more disabled people.
At best, Narváez seemed destined to be forgotten by history, and at worst, remembered as a fool. Everywhere I go, I see his face.
Leave the conquering to the real conquistadors.
I'll show him. I'll show them all that I'm a real conquistador. But how? But where? What is left to conquer? Oh Lord, give me a sign. Well, that's it. Florida. Dude, could you stop monologuing? I'm trying to pee. I'll conquer La Florida.
¿Qué?
La Florida, the land to the north of the Gulf of Mexico. King Charles, I'll explore it and conquer it. Spain needs someone to do so since Ponce de Leon's expedition failed. This must be it, the fountain of youth, whose waters will grant longevity and health to all that drink from it. Nope, this is tepid, festering swamp water. If I wanted to drink that, I'd just drink Mountain Dew. Ooh, and now I've been shot with an arrow. Sometimes it's just not your day. Look, I know that I don't have the best track record. I know that I failed before, but
Okay.
Okay? Okay, what?
Okay, I approve this venture.
Really?
Yeah, I hereby appoint you governor of La Florida. Go there and establish a settlement.
Hell, I'll establish too. You'll see, I'll conquer the land, convert the people, and find untold riches.
I know you will. I 100% believe in you. That putz is gonna futz this up. That's why I'm appointing you, Alvar Núñez Cabeza de Vaca, as the treasurer and master at arms of this Mickey Mouse operation.
Me, Your Highness? Why?
Because you've proven yourself brave and competent in battle against the French and rebels here in Spain. Because you come from a long line of Spanish heroes. And because Pánfilo is the kind of guy that sits when he pees and stands when he poops.
Your Highness, if Narváez is that inept, why even make him the Adelantado of Florida?
Because someone has to do it. It's just a matter of time before the French and English start coming into North America, and I'll be damned if they snatch up that land. Plus, like it or not, Narváez is one of the few remaining OG conquistadors, and I'm getting pretty nervous that if I don't establish more provinces over there, old Cortes might try to snatch up all of New Spain for himself.
What makes you say that?
Call it a hunch. Cabeza de Vaca, I need you to make sure Narváez and his expedition succeeds. Can you do that for me?
As you wish, my king.
Bueno! Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm meeting with the rest of the monarchs of Europe, but I can't wait to show off my new codpiece. Damn it, Henry!
On June 17th, 1527, Narváez, Vaca, and 5 Spanish galleons, with a crew of 600, left Spain headed for the New World, arriving in Santo Domingo 3 months later. Captain, we should purchase another ship while we're here, as well as some basic livestock and, of course, horses. We didn't bring horses? No, they don't travel well overseas. Then how do you explain seahorses? You know seahorses aren't really horses, right? It's important to me that you know that. Sure. Listen, I'm gonna go pick up some supplies in town. Just chill here and don't let the men stray too far. These locals are a bunch of weirdos, and the word is that this place is swarming with the rich widows of men that died horribly trying to conquer Florida. We wouldn't want our guys to get lost. And a quarter of the crew has just deserted. In October, the expedition headed to Cuba. On the way, Narváez sent Vaca and Captain Pantoja on a side quest to get supplies at the port of Trinidad. Are you sure, Captain? The port there is of dubious quality, and I see dark clouds on the horizon. It'll be fine. You'll be in and out. What's the matter, Captain Vaca? You afraid of a little rain? So let me get this straight. You lost 2 ships, 60 men, 20 horses, and pretty much all the supplies, provisions, and livestock? Yes. Well, I guess making port in Trinidad wasn't such a great idea after all. It was your idea, Narváez. Jeez, are you gonna be like this the entire trip? I know you can get some new ships, some of the most powerful ships in history. Really? For how much? How come our voices sound ever so slightly different? That's the best part. They're giving them away. Well, that's amazing. Like this dialogue was recorded at a different time. You want to know how? Sure. Wait, is this a brand deal for World of Warships Legends? World of Warships Legends is a massive multiplayer free-to-play game for naval battle enthusiasts. Command historically accurate warships to destroy your enemies. Deploy your destroyers, cruisers, aircraft carriers, battleships, and new hybrid battleships. Over 400 different ships flying one of 13 different flags. I'm gonna play as Spain. No one can beat a Spanish armada. 5 years ago this August, something very special happened. Push! Push! It's a warship! And you can help celebrate World of Warships Legends' 5th anniversary by joining in ancient Greek-style events like the Aegean Arrow campaign and donning new commander guises like Athena, Poseidon, and Zeus. Don't mind my kid. He just gets spooked around my friends from work. And if you've never played before, there's no better time to start. World of Warship Legends is easy to learn, and new players will receive the American Tier 3 premium battleship Arkansas, the German Tier 3 cruiser Karlsruhe, 7 days of premium account access, and more. Where can I play it? Xbox, PS4 and 5, your iPhone and Android device? Can I play it on this? No. Is that just a block of wood? So use the link in the description to join over 8 million players in the most heart-pounding and strategic action on the high seas with World of Warships Legends. Can I play it now? No, because you just wrote phone on the block of wood. Now back to the video. Instead of heading straight to Florida, Narváez decided to winter in Cienfuegos, where he could purchase 2 more ships, recruit men to replace the ones he had lost, and hire a new pilot. So the other ship I bought is in Havana. The one I bought in this port, it's a nimble little brigantine, and better yet, it comes with a pilot. Meet Diego Mireulo. The pleasure is all yours. Him? Diego has more experience in the waters off Florida than any other pilot. And I know it like the back of me hand. Ooh, that's new. Raised and irregularly shaped, like a good harbor. He's piloted ships in those waters for the likes of Ponce de Leon, Francisco de Gaday, and Lucas Vasquez de Ayllón. But all of those ended pretty badly. And didn't you go crazy after the Ayllón expedition? The Ayllón expedition isn't the reason I'm crazy. My belt buckle is. How so? It's driving me nuts! By February 22nd, 1528, the expedition, it's now 400 people, 80 horses, and 5 ships, were ready to leave their winter port for Havana and then on to Florida. It looks like if we sail south and then head west around the island, we'll reach Havana in about 12 days. 12 days? Are you getting paid by the hour? I say we zip through the Cananeros archipelago and we'll be there in less than 10. But aren't those incredibly shallow waters? Captain Narváez, do we risk it? Of course we do, Penny. I could probably get us there in a week as long as I didn't have to make pit stops to pick up sanitary pads for Coño de Vaca over here. Where was it going to be, Pánfilo? They're all waiting on you to fail. The Cananeros it is! They were off, slicing through the Cananeros, and all running aground the very next day.
Well, who could have seen this coming?
And they stayed lodged for the next 16 days until... The water! It's rising! We're free!
I told you I'd get us through. The rising water doesn't have anything to do with those clouds on the horizon, does it?
Oh, Vaca, do you get scared by every little cloud in the sky? Storms and headwinds ravaged the ships for the next 4 weeks. Mercifully, they spotted Havana, which left Narváez with yet another crucial decision. Should they make port? Captain Narváez, half the horses are already dead. Provisions are low, your new ship is waiting to be picked up, and the morale of the men is fleeting. We have to pull into port.
When we're finally cooking, you pull in, you're gonna lose half your men. I say we pull out. The pull-out method works every time. And let's do it quick because I see 20 of my kids on the pier.
Narváez decided to press on, sailing north to the peninsula of La Florida. Mireulo confidently piloted the way to a harbor he had visited 12 years earlier, modern-day Tampa Bay. When land was spotted on April 7th, Mireulo said,
I have no memory of this place.
Huh? What do you mean?
Yeah, nah, this isn't the bay I found. They must have moved it.
Moved it? Moved the bay? In actuality, they most likely arrived at St. Petersburg and amazingly could not find the neighboring Tampa Bay. What are they, the Tampa Bay Rays? The Tampa Bay Rays are a baseball team that actually play in St. Petersburg, a far more inconvenient location leading to years of lackluster fan attendance. Luckily, they have just announced a plan for a new stadium to be built again in St. Petersburg, not Tampa Bay. This has been Explaining the Joke. Now back to the video. Shut up, you guys. It's time to do something I've waited to do all my life. I, Pánfilo de Narváez, claim this land for Spain and its sovereign King Charles V. It's already been claimed a bunch of times for Spain. Why do you think it already has a name? Yeah, well...
And what's with the kneeling thing?
Everybody kneels. Haven't you seen a claim get staked before? If I don't, how else is my official portrait gonna capture the moment? Yeah, that ain't what he's capturing. Jeez, Jerry, we've only been out to sea for like 2 months, you creep. They had made it to Florida, but were otherwise lost. Narváez had to think fast. Vaca, I want you to lead scouting parties throughout the area. There must be food or gold or people or gold or harbors or gold, and I want you to find it. Mireulo, we've already lost one ship to this dangerous port. I want you to take the brig and find that harbor of yours. If for some reason you can't, you're to sail back to Havana, pick up my other ship and provisions, and return to us.
Are you sure you want me to leave already, Captain?
Yes, though I appreciate your desire to stay. You see, Vaca, you thought he was shady. Now I'll just get my portrait off his ship and... it's already gone. Mireulo sailed north to find the harbor he had found over a decade ago, not realizing that if he had just went east, he would have located it. Now what, sir? I don't know. I've pledged to start a settlement here, but this place seems inhospitable to life. I'm 100% confident that no people, civilized or savage, could ever live in such an accursed place. There's natives standing right behind me, aren't there? After some convincing, aka light kidnapping, the Spanish persuaded these most likely Tocobagan Indians to bring them to their village. Corn! Do you grow it? Sir? What are you doing? I'm miming corn to them. This is obviously the act of shucking corn. First, ugh, gross. Second, look at what we found. Well, shuck my corn. It's gold! You, Chief, you got any more? No. We got that from one of your people's ships that wrecked years ago. Just kinda showed up. Well, that's too bad. Maybe we should stick around and see if any more gold just happens to show up. Better idea. If you want gold, you should just head north. There's the people up there, the Appalachie. They got tons of it. Gold everything. It's just about the best you've ever seen. Pánfilo, I think he's lying just to get us to leave. Is that true? No, sir. I swear to, What's the name of the god you want us to worship?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I swear to Jeebus Rice, you just head north and you can't miss him. Thoroughly infected by gold fever, Narváez set out a new plan. We'll send the ships and their crews ahead to find the harbor, and the rest of us, the soldiers and the horses, will march along the coast and meet up with them, gathering any riches we might find along the way. That's kind of a horrible idea. Oh, really? Why? Well, we, along with the pilots, don't know where we are. It would split the meager provisions we have left. The ships are...
I didn't realize Cabeza de Vaca was the leader of this expedition. At least there's a real leader now. A real conquistador.
It's settled. The ships go ahead and we will march north. Friar Suarez, you can't be on board with this, right?
I am. Let me remind you of the storms, the sinkings, and the other calamities we have already experienced on this expedition. It is clear that God himself does not want us to get back on those ships.
Dad, do we care if the Spaniards get back on their ships?
What the hell is a Spaniard?
As the treasurer, I must invoke my authority to forbid this action. And as Captain General and Governor General of La Florida, I must remind you that your authority means dog turds next to mine. But I'll be kind. You can stay with the ships since you're afraid of a little hike. No, Captain General Narváez. I'm the king's appointed man. I wish to stay with the men and with you. Ooh, you like me? Narváez sent the ships and their collective crews of 100 sailors north, not fully realizing the disastrous impact this action would have. Friar Suarez, I fear I have made a grave mistake.
How so, Captain?
I think I left my Invisalign on that ship. The remaining 300 members of the expedition began their march north. Along the way, Narváez put Vaca on a side quest to search the interior. Men, have you found anything yet?
I've found nothing but swamp. I found nothing but these ugly dogs.
I found nothing but this spare bathroom filled with boxes of classified documents. Florida truly is a horrible place. Eventually, they did find a promising area. Look around! It's uninhabited, but with lush trees, wildlife, and vegetation. You could do no better than Eden itself to start a settlement. I'm noticing an alarming lack of gold. Yes, well, it also has the most remarkable, bizarre creatures. Look at this. Have you ever seen such a peculiar animal? Big whoop, it's got babies in its belly. Am I supposed to be impressed? Big whoop, he's got his head up his butt. Am I supposed to be impressed? Despite what would have been a fine place for a settlement, Narváez pressed on. They would soon find the city of Apalache and its bounty of old ladies and kids and corn. Corn we desperately need. Forget that. Grandma, where's the gold? Gold? This place is supposed to be like El Dorado, but it's not-o. Spaniards, what is the meaning of this? Gold is, Chief. We've trekked 300 miles up the swamp-ass that is eastern Florida on the promise that this place had more gold than Motown, and you're gonna cough it over.
Well, there is none, so I suggest you leave.
Yeah? Who's gonna make us? Those Floos? Well, what if I take you hostage and threaten to destroy your entire village? What will they do then? Dude, that was hardcore. For 25 days, the group stayed in the remnants of the village and endured daily attacks. Captain, we've searched every inch of this village and haven't found a speck of gold. This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently. That's okay. Things are gonna be okay. No, they are not. If we stay here, we're going to die. Really? Well, Vaca, get ready for a twist. Turns out the gold is really here in the village of Realty. And these natives have already destroyed this one too. Jesus, life likes to kick me in the nards. By the end of July, the expedition looked doomed. They had failed to establish any settlements, find any gold, were surrounded by hostile people, were starving, sick, and miserable with no one to blame but Narváez. We seem to be made to suffer. It's our lot in life.
I knew it.
You again.
What did I tell you all of those years ago?
That gullible's not in the dictionary, and then I checked and it was.
I said You are no leader of men, and now they will all perish because of you.
No, they won't. Vaca! Yes, sir? Boats! Where? Here! I don't see them. We'll make them. How? We have no tools, no sails. A third of the men are sick. We have everything we need. The trees can be used for wood and pitch. The armor and weapons can be forged into tools and hardware. The horses' manes into ropes and riggings. Our shirts into the very sails that will take us home. But Pánfilo, men, I know how you all see me. As a
fool?
Yes.
An incompetent fool!
Okay.
An incompetent fool with his head up his...
We get the point. But I assure you, I am not. I am Pánfilo de Narváez, the last of the great conquistadors of the West Indies, and as God is my witness, I will bring us home! Now let's get to work! Vaca, take off your shirt so we can make it into a sail. Cabeza de Vaca, you have a cow's head tattoo? It's my namesake. Whatever, it's super embarrassing. Over the course of the next 7 weeks, they got to work building the 5 vessels that would be their salvation. Aren't they beautiful? What the hell are these? What do you expect? Anyone that knows anything about how to build ships were on the ships you sent away. We've worked on these for a month and a half, in which time 50 men have died of starvation, disease, and Indian attacks, and we've already eaten all the horses. Remember when I ordered mine medium rare? Point is, the time to leave is now. The only question is which way. Well, I've done the math, and the Spanish settlement of Pánfilo should only be 60 miles southwest of here, if my calculations are correct, which they weren't. Pánfilo was about 1,300 miles to the southwest as opposed to Havana, which was only 600 miles away. Speaking of Cuba... Waitress, is it happy hour yet? Not for another 30 minutes. Well, give me the cheapest rum you got in the meantime. Why does it feel like I'm forgetting something? What could it be? Hey, you want to buy some meth? Florida! Mireulo returned and found the 3 ships that Narváez had sent away waiting in Tampa Bay. Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. I had the map upside down. Okay, that one's on me. They searched the area, found nothing, and eventually went back to Cuba, but not before losing a man named Juan Ortiz in the jungle. Ortiz would later be found by the De Soto expedition in 1539, claiming that he had been captured by natives and was to be executed, but was saved at the last moment by the chief's daughter. Oh, you know I'm taking that one. Get out of here, John Smith. Despite losing some men to a few native attacks, the group was initially encouraged by their progress. Pánfilo should be right around this bend. Everything's coming up, Pánfilo. Man, it's hot. I think I'll have some water. Sir, you know how we tan the horse hides to make water bags? Yeah? Well, nobody actually knew the right way to tan a horse hide, so they've all devolved into putrid pouches of pus. Ew, gross. I guess the men will just have to row harder to get us there faster. Speaking of which, are you sure you assigned the men equitably to each boat, ensuring every vessel would have an equally capable crew? I don't like what you're insinuating, Vaca. Keep rowing, Senor Beefcake. Anyway, we have nothing to worry about. As long as we all stay together and along the coast, we'll be fine. Mississippi! And just like that, the most powerful river in North America cast the cursed crews asunder into the open sea. At sunset the next day, Cabeza de Vaca saw 2 blips on the horizon. To his south was one boat struggling against the current, and to the north was... Narváez! There's another ship behind me! Shall we go get it? You see that smoke in the distance? That means land! We need to make it there by nightfall! If not, we may never have another chance! But what about the others? Forget the others! For the men in our boats, we must push on! And they did, rowing as fast they could, rowing against the setting of the sun, until it became too much for one of the boats. Sir, my men are too weak. We can't keep up with you. Throw us a line so that we don't become separated again.
This is it, Pánfilo. You finally doomed them all.
How did it come to this? All I ever wanted to be was a conquistador.
I told you to leave the conquering to the real conquistadors, and now they're all going to die because of you.
No!
you! It's because of you! You wouldn't leave me alone! You made me do this! Made me feel like I had to live up to an expectation of being a gold-hungry, bloodthirsty bastard! It's your fault! The failure, the death, it's all because of you!
Sir, who are you talking to?
To myself. Pánfilo, help us! No. I can't.
What?
Then what are your orders? Orders? This is no time for orders. Each one should do the best they can to save themselves. And that's what I intend to do. Goodbye.
And with that, Narváez carried on towards the coast and never saw Cabeza de Vaca again. So what happened to everyone? Well, Vaca's boat eventually found land in modern-day Galveston, Texas. A week later, they tried launching into the Gulf again, putting their clothes in the boat so as not to get them wet, only to have the waves demolish the boats, drown a few men, and leave them now shipwrecked and naked. They found another group led by Andrés Dorantes and combined the two. One boat led by Captains Tellez and Penalosa landed near Baffin Bay and were quickly massacred. A fourth boat, captained by Alonso Enriquez, shipwrecked south of the Brazos River. While trying to cross onto Matagorda Island, Enriquez noticed something just offshore.
Hey guys, isn't that...
Oh crap, it's those guys from work.
Narváez ferried the men across and had his group assemble with Enriquez's. But when night fell...
You guys stay on the beach. I'm gonna stay in the boat. I'm as sick as a dog and it's coming out from all 3 holes.
Ugh, 3?
Trust me, you don't want to know which one is the third. I'll see you guys in the morning.
But he wouldn't. In the night, his anchor would fail, and Pánfilo de Narváez would never be seen again. As for the 70 men ashore, it would seem that with the food supply non-existent, they would begin to eat the dead. So much so that when the Mariamas Indians came to the beach at the end of winter, they found... Whoa, hey guys, don't know how this giant pile of bones got here. Over the course of the next 6 years, the remaining members of the expedition would die until all that remained was Cabeza de Vaca, Alonso del Castillo, Andrés Dorantes, and his slave Estevanico. In fact, all of them had been enslaved by this point, but in September of 1534, they escaped into the Mexican desert. Are you sure this is an upgrade?
Shut up, Dorantes.
For the next 2 years, they wandered through the desert and were even seen as miracle healers by some of the tribes they came across.
Do you guys want some baby aspirin?
Finally, in April of 1536, they reached the frontier of Spanish civilization and soon regaled their story to the Viceroy of New Spain, Antonio de Mendoza. I can't believe it! We survived! And Estevanico, I couldn't have done it without you. You're like a brother to me now.
How much for your slave?
How much do you got in your pockets? Fittingly enough, there was a special guest in attendance who just happened to be back in Mexico. Hernan Cortes. Of the 400 that left Cuba 8 years ago, we are all that remain from the expedition of Pánfilo de Narváez. Your vibe says that name should ring a bell, but for the life of me, I can't even remember who that is. History, too, would forget the would-be conquistador. His name would become mostly unknown, much like his final fate. Until now.
This guy. So you've been stuck on the island the whole time? Yeah, it's not so bad. There's plenty of fresh fruit. I get to play pickleball with the smoke monster. Not now, Smokey. And if I get bored, I can just watch another Drawn in History video like these ones over here. Or watch behind the scenes of upcoming videos like these Patreon patrons and channel members can do. What's that? Should we be worried? That? It always just goes off every 108 minutes. Not sure what those symbols mean.